Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Black Entrepreneurs Institute show. As we are here with you live and in color. Now, this is a show you definitely want to make sure you watch in its entirety, as you don't want to miss our special guest tonight. So, guys, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
We're
Hi,
excited to see you.
friends.
All right. So I don't know about you all, but have you had a chance to catch any of the noonday shows this past week with corporate trainer Joshua Rich? He has been sharing how everyone can not only increase their knowledge in the diversity and inclusion realm, but how each of us can help other organizations grow in this space. Have any of you guys caught any of those videos?
I've caught a few in this afternoon. It was he was talking about the need for awareness and understanding, being able to work with people of different cultures, different ethnicities, and having them have the ability to be themselves and be okay with it. It was amazing.
Awesome. Well, the Black Entrepreneurs Institute is an organization that is purposed to help entrepreneurs. And that's really all entrepreneurs, regardless of where one lands on the spectrum of diversity. But we are so excited to share with you the launch of the Diversity and Inclusion Masterclass. It's titled Another Seat at the Table, and it's being offered by our partners, Empowered Living. Now, this is a free masterclass where you, as a business owner, can learn about the importance of diversity and inclusion training within your organization. And it's also how you can help other companies and organizations close a huge gap in all industries where this type of training is simply not present. So this isn't just about learning about diversity and inclusion. This is about learning how each one of us can be a part of the solution to a problem that is highly prevalent and front of mind for just about everyone in industry and in any line of work. So make sure you join us and the Empowered Living community for this free masterclass on this Saturday, July 25th at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you register to get all the bonuses and resources and the details. And the class itself can be registered at empoweredmasterclass2020.com. It should be in the link. Now, guys, before we jump into today's topic, which is finding riches in the niches, we would be remiss if we, as founders of the Black Entrepreneurs Institute, did not take a moment to acknowledge the life and legacy of two amazing figures in our culture and society. Most of you all know by now that over the weekend,
I think we lost Angela. She'll come back on.
Yeah.
She'll come back on. So what she was getting ready to say is that we lost two giants in the civil rights movement over the weekend, Mr. John Lewis, as well as Mr. C.T. Vivian. And we'll have more come out about these two giants in the civil rights movement later this week. But we couldn't start the show without mentioning them and making sure that everyone understood that these two gentlemen put their lives on the line for freedom, for not just Black America, but for America, right? And so let me do this while we wait on Angela to come back. So Damien, give us some feedback around John Lewis.
Well, Cedric, one of the things that I loved about John Lewis is that he was a man of conviction, and what we know is that, character is revealed in times of adversity. And, during the civil rights movement, he had a front row seat. And not from a spectator standpoint. I mean, he lived the worst of the worst. And one of my favorite quotes that John Lewis talked about, he said that if not us, then who? If not now, than when. And I don't know about you, but something about those words stirs my spirit. It's like a clarion call to action, that we ought to stand up for what we believe in. And it's that man left an incredible legacy, and he certainly will be missed. And he was a model to follow, right? So I hate that he's transitioned, but he certainly lived a life as a leader worth following.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and like I said, we have something coming out later this week around John Lewis and CT Vivian. This past weekend, as I was reading business news articles, I stumbled across this article from Apple News, and it was entitled, "More than half of Black-owned businesses may not survive COVID-19. That's an amazing number, right? But being that this specifically talked about our community, it immediately, drew my attention. I had to stop and look at it. But this article further stated that to date, it is believed that 41% of Black-owned businesses have been shuttered by COVID-19, compared to just 17% of white-owned businesses. A 24% difference, right? That 41%. That 41% represents some 440,000 enterprises. That's just amazing. So it went on to add that most impacted are Black-owned bars and restaurants, right? Now, I can't speak for anyone else, but I found it astounding and sad that at the same time as we speak about our purpose and our why, we decided to create this enterprise, right? It's just amazing, right? So I wanted to immediately share this article with our three business partners. So, Damien, I'm gonna start with you. What were your thoughts when you saw this article?
So, Cedric, when I read that article, it hurt my heart. If you want to know the truth, it really hurt my heart, because what we have to remember is that when any business is impacted, it impacts more than just the owners. That's employment opportunities that are created, and every business should be serving some meaningful purpose in the community. So to the extent that these minority businesses, these Black-owned businesses have had to shut down, that means that there are people that not only have lost their jobs, their families have been impacted, but the community at large has lost a resource that has been serving it. And so when I think about the impact and how vast that is, it really, really is sad, and in some ways it's disheartening.
Yes, absolutely. It is unfortunate. So, Nicole, how have you found that this statistic impacts personal businesses in your community?
Yeah, that's a good question. I network with a lot of small and mid-sized business owners, and I've seen kind of like two sides of the statistics. I've seen businesses that have been severely impacted by the times where costs are low, no customers, so they're feeling that impact. And then I see businesses having to start GoFundMe accounts because they're needing help, they're needing people to come in and kind of be that help for them to move on and not being able to survive the times. And like Damien said, just reading the article was just really disheartening, and it just goes to show the reason why organizations like us, like BEI, are needed in the community to help bridge this gap between being a statistic and truly understand and laying a foundation for business. But then on the other side, I've seen businesses thrive through this time. I've seen businesses being able to pivot and shift, whether they're products and services, moving them to a digital space, moving them to a virtual space, or just coming up with something totally new to be a solution within this problem. So there are so many things and factors that go along to business success. And, whether it's having that solid foundation of thinking about different multiple streams of income, so you have that cushion and you have a multiple opportunities to be successful. But then I just love the way that, you know, we come together as BEI to be that solution to help business owners to think through those types of processes so they can survive times like this.
So Cedric, I know you know many entrepreneurs, and I don't know, and I also know that you know those who fall on both sides of this statistic, right? As Nicole mentioned, some who are thriving now, but some who are also struggling. And it's so interesting that even before we saw this article, we knew we wanted to take a deeper dive into the niche topic. And you made a conscious decision to reach out to a local business in Lake Charles, Louisiana, in the restaurant space to be our guest this week. So talk a little bit about why you thought this business would be a great representation for tonight's topic.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. You know, so there are a lot of different reasons why, but I'm going to share a couple of them with you right here. One, because businesses that survive through COVID crisis must have a captive audience, and they must have a good customer base. The other reason is because in order to thrive in this economy, you must have three things: passion, purpose, and people. And let me tell you what, our guest tonight, we call her Mama Rita. Her name is Rita Durgan, has an awesome, passionate spirit about her business, and you're going to feel that when she comes on the show. Trust me. Everybody in the audience is going to Lake Charles and go to Mama Rita's kitchen when she gets on the show here. The second thing is she understands her purpose, her why, and why she's doing this business. She understands that. And the third reason is, because of her passion, she's surrounded by people who love her and who are absolutely love her food. Obviously, that's going to make her business successful, right? And she's found her little corner in Lake Charles, and it's working.
Love that. Love that. So Cedric, you know, I'm ready to meet our guest, and I'm sure our audience is too. So why don't you go ahead and hi, Mama Rita.
Hello. There she is. Hello.
Hey, Mama Rita.
How y'all doing?
Great.
We're awesome. So let me introduce Rita Durgan. Again, it's her name, and again, everybody calls her Mama Rita. But Rita Durgan opened Mama Rita's Kitchen in 2014. She's a native of Lake Charles, Louisiana. She's married to Lee Durgan. Together, they have 5 children, 11 grandchildren, and 1 great-grand. Right. And I just love her personality and what she's doing. And the way when you meet her, it feels like you've been knowing her all of your life, because just her personality and her style. And one of the things that she said to me when we were getting ready for the show, she said, Cedric, you know, I just want people to know that I'm not a cancer survivor. She says, I'm a breast cancer living testimony. And I want people to know that. See, that's just a part of her personality. It goes into the passion that she has. So without further ado, help me welcome Miss Rita Durgan, Mama Rita, to the show.
Hey.
I love it.
Wonderful. How y'all doing?
Great.
Doing great.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So we're going to just start with a few questions here and just have a great conversation. So as I told the audience a little bit about you, but it's always good when you tell the people who you are and where you're from. So give us a little background on yourself.
Okay. Well, my name is Rita Nell Vincent Durgan. I'm from Lake Charles. I'm a number 8 siblings of 8. My mother raised 8 kids, and I'm the youngest of 8. I had 5 sisters and 2 brothers. And I'm from Lake Charles, and I'm from the area we're called Fisherville. And that's where I was raised and brought up. I went to school at Lake Charles High. I graduated from Lake Charles High in 1980. I kind of tell you how old I am right there. So, but I always been an outgoing person, hyper, nervous, if you want to call me, whatever. But that's the kind of person I am. You know, I love people. I always did love people, even in a younger age. So here I am now in a whole different aspect of life of me. What I'm doing now is serving others, which I always did love to do. So the thing is now is that describe myself also that lovable. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I have passion for others, you know, just things that people that always get from somebody else. So I get a lot of that in that restaurant business because people come in there and I don't be knowing that how they feel, and I get to talking to them about something, and that day just made their whole day change in the conversation we had. So that's just all about others, you know. That's what I do every day, serving others, and I love
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I will tell you folks, when you go into Mama Rita's kitchen, let me tell you, she's just not just sitting back watching everybody else working. She may be doing something at a table, maybe seating a guest. She's always greeting them when you come in. You know that she's going to come to your table at some point. She's going to give you a hug, and then she's going to say, "How is the food?" Right? So talking about excellent customer service, that's awesome. So you know, the economy in Lake Charles is not large. So how did you know that you had what it takes to carve out that niche in that tight market?
What I did was, before I even I had planned the business back in 2007. What I did, I would say immature of the city, of the areas where people's doing business, what was going on at that particular time. At that particular time, things was kind of a standstill. So the time was not right for me at that time to start the business, and it was on standstill. Even myself, I wanted then, but it wasn't the right time. Mm-hmm. But as the years went by, and I went through the process, it was 8 years later. Okay, guys, 8 years later, this all came to where it's at today. And the reason why I believe that, because of God's grace and mercy, that came to this point right now. Because before He had to get me ready, to the time I found out I had breast cancer back in 2014 also, which is in May 2014, I found I had breast cancer. And when I found that out, that didn't take me away my passion, my dream I had. It just put it on hold for a few minutes, not long. Okay, I'm telling you, it wasn't long. I had the surgery in May. This is unbelievable, miracle here. I had my surgery in May. I was totally here. Well, one day I decided to pass downtown, and I seen this building empty again. I said, wow, it's empty. Let's find out what's going on right here. I found out what's going on. Believe it or not, they gave me the key to that building in July of 2014, guys. 2014. I did an extreme makeover in August of 2014. September 3rd, Mama Rita's kitchen came alive. Wow. Unbelievable. So in the less than 6 months, me going through the process of totally healing from breast cancer, living my dream and my passion, got that all in less than 6 months. So I call that a miracle all by itself. And here I am 6 years later, still enjoying what I love doing, serving others.
Wow.
That is awesome.
Yes. So that's the story in itself, you know, just that. That's just part of the story. But you know, that as the process went, and as with everything going on in the city at the time, it was standstill. Nothing was really downtown. It was kind of quiet, you know. And I didn't even get my mindset to where it was happening. I was focused on what I wanted, the dream, the passion I had at that time. I did not let that stop me for where I was aiming for. And I went in there with a positive attitude. You got to go in there with a positive attitude. You can't look to the left or look to the right. You have that passion and that heart feel what you want to do. You got to work that, you know, you got to work it. And I tell people all the time, write it down, make it plain. You can see it. Write the vision and work the vision. If you don't work it, it's not going to happen. You don't just going to look at it. Hey, how you going to, you can't look, you got to work it. You got to, you got to work it.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Vision, baby, make it happen. And I am so thankful and blessed that I stepped out in faith with my husband, my family, my church family that prayed for me going through the process. And where I'm at today, I still have family work. My husband worked for me. My kids work for me. My grandkids. Oh, girl, I got the whole family in there. I take care of all of them. They all don't pay. I take care of the whole crew. But it's a blessing, that I can help other people too that comes in there, work for me, come in there and work for me and give them that first opportunity, first job, or whatever they, and teach them work ethics, how to talk to customers. And, it's been just a rounding blessing every day. I walk and I love it every time. What makes me go back every day? Let me tell you guys this here. What makes me get up every morning with the grace of God, hear what my customers tell me that they enjoy my cooking, my food. That makes me get out that bed every morning. I hear that every day from one of my customers. I got that bed. You know, I'm saying I'm going back and do it again. So that gave me that thrive. You gotta have that thrive in this business. You just can't say, well, I'm opening a business and I'm gonna go there later. No, you gotta be there. You gotta work that business. You gotta go in there and make it happen. A lot of people want this business, but they don't want to work it. They want to go, you know, put together and go sit home, go sit in the office. It don't work that way, honey. I'm telling y'all, it ain't gonna work.
Preach.
Yes,
Okay?
yes, yes.
You gonna have nobody coming in there. Okay, they're not coming. They want that customer service. They want that love. They want to feel it when they come in there, you know? And that's what's missing in this world. People don't have that hospitality anymore, that love, the compassion. You got to show it. They want to feel it when they come. They want like going to mama house. Hey, you want to be feeling like mama house. Mama used to cook like that. I hear those things. My grandmother used to cook okra like this. You know, just different things I hear. Those things help me, motivates me in there every day. Y'all have no idea what it does. It may just like blow my mind in there. I'll be ready to go in and cook again. Come on, woo, Lord.
That is so awesome. So Nicole, I know you had a question.
Yes, awesome. I praise God for all yours. I love your spirit. You're right, Cedric. She's electric. She is electric. I love it. Thank God for all that you're doing. So I'm interested in how you got started. You know, you talked about getting into a restaurant business. How much of your personal skills, your personal strengths did you use in your decision making to start this business?
Girl, let's go way back on that one now. Come on,
Wait, let's go. Come on, let's.
Well, I gotta say, I'm the number 8 of the last sibling of the family, right?
Yes.
So by that time, girl, my mama wasn't cooking no more. Nobody was cooking, okay? So hello. Oh. So yeah, I was in that kitchen doing my own thing, all right? Making pecan candy, you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff like that. Baking my chicken. And then I always been in the restaurant business. My first job when I was in high school was at Church's Fried Chicken, okay? Hello, somebody. Church was the number 1 thing. But look, so I started from there, Pizza Hut, just things like that. Always cooking for other people. I always took care of the older people at church. So I always cook some for them on Sunday, right? And that passion just draw from all of that coming on to where I'm at today. But one day, y'all, let me tell you, I had a job at the one of the plants out there as a janitor, and I was in my closet one day because I worked at another restaurant for 20-some years. And one day I was in that closet, just sitting there, and the Holy Spirit told me, write the vision, make it plain. You need to open your own restaurant. Like, woo!
Come on.
Like, you know, and believe it or not, one thing I realized, you can't share your vision to everybody because everybody not gonna hook up what you believe, what you want. And I shared my husband, and he like, whoa, girl, hold it down now. You're going too far with that. Slow it down. Hold your horses, girl. We're doing all that right now. So I kept on writing the vision. I was like a person, I would never write nothing down. I'm telling you, I got a journal, y'all, from the day I wrote from over there that I started at writing down. But look, it might have been the vision then in 2007, but the full vision didn't come till 2014. Y'all hear me now, guys?
Wow.
Okay? But see, people don't understand that when he write the vision, it always happens right then the next minute or two. You gotta wait, you gotta persevere, you gotta do things, you gotta go through some things and like before it happens. He gotta get you ready for it, you know what I mean? And here I am, y'all, 6 years later, and I'm still thankful for it. I hope that answers your question, baby.
Absolutely, absolutely. You giving gold over there, Mama Rita. You giving the gold. You are giving the gold. I'm taking notes myself. It's just I appreciate you. And so thinking about your legacy and what you want your business to be known for. What certain kind of business practices or things that you do in your business to make that happen?
What I do is, number 1 is always the customer service, having that connection with the customer. They walk in that door, not just only me, my employees. They can't have that serve feel that I have with my customers. They can't work there. You're gonna have the compassion, love people, and you gotta have connection because people come in there, they want that. They want, and you got to have that. You got to feel it when you walk in that door. You got to have it. So I feel that my thing with this business is me having that compassion. What I do with the customer connection. And the cooking with them and remind them of things like that, that what makes it work, all together.
Awesome.
Yes. Come on,
Well, Mama, listen, you are dropping so much
Yes.
good. I've got a whole page of notes here because you talked about focus and having a positive attitude. You talked about being willing to come in and roll up your sleeves and have work ethic, that the business doesn't just happen, that as an entrepreneur, you really do have to work it. You talked about customer service. You talked about so much stuff. Now, here's what I know. I know the restaurant business is difficult, and I'm sure that even right there in Lake Charles, you've seen a lot of restaurants come and a lot of restaurants go. What do you
Yes.
think has been the difference for you to be able to stay as a staple in Lake Charles for the last 6 years?
Number one, back to what I said, it's been focus and been positive attitude. Keeping things where in the perspective where it need to be when you're in that restaurant in your business. You got to keep it business. Nothing personal. It's all business. Keep it business. People don't realize they want to keep personal and business together. It can't happen in there because it's not going to work. If something's going to happen, it's not going to work. It's going to fall to pieces. You got to stay business minded in there. Keep it business. That's focus. I mean, that's the main thing. I'll tell you that all the time. I got family work for me. You're not my daughter. You're not my granddaughter. When you're on that clock, it's business, baby.
Love it.
Okay, that's the way it is. You just gotta keep it business. And I tell them all the time that they look at me and they say, "Well, you just busy and you just you can't be." Hey, they will make it work. I make it. It's work. It works that way. That's the way it works. You gotta understand that. And they watch me, but I always tell my granddaughter, my kids in there, stay focused. Just do what you need to do, make it happen. It ain't nothing personal. It's all business.
So good.
That's the golden nugget for the day.
Nothing personal.
It's all business.
I love that. And that's something that we can apply regardless if it's a family-owned business or if we're even working for other people, right? Separate the personal from the business.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I love it. So here's my question, because I love soul food restaurants. I'm just full disclosure. Look, I like to eat and I like to eat good food. Okay, so number one, I got to come to Lake Charles.
Yes,
But
you do.
So one of the things we've been talking about though is like having a niche or a niche, right? So there's a ton of things you could have put on the menu to support a soul food restaurant. So when making the decisions about even what you would offer, what was the thought process behind that? Because you can't offer everything, right? So how did you select what you decided to offer in your restaurant?
What I did was I did an inventory of different restaurants in the city. I got all day menus, okay? And I look at that, well, how in the world can they cook all this in one day and serve all this stuff and make money? So I took what they had and I downsized it to make it happen for me and see where I could work and keep it personal and keep it consistent. Food costs down. I won't lose all that because having 20 different kind of meats in one day ain't gonna work. I'm gonna lose some money somewhere in there. So I went there and I dissect that menu they had, how many I had there, and put mine together from that. And I worked. This is what I'm gonna do this day. This is what I'm gonna do the next day. And that's the way I work. And that's the way it's been working for me for the last 6 years. And it works. You gotta minimize it, keep the food costs down, and make it work.
I love that, because so often some of the entrepreneurs that we work with and we see that they're trying to serve everybody and serve everything, whether that's the type of coaching programs they offer, leadership training, and you said it perfectly. Make it personal and be consistent. And so then people get to know you for what you're really good at. I love that.
Because like if somebody wants some chitlins or some, because I'm saying they like them pigtails, oxtails, I'll tell them where to go get it. Mama Rita don't serve it. I don't do it. I don't do turkey necks. But they go down the street. I know somebody that serve turkey necks. You see what I'm saying? So I know people that does that. I don't specialize in that. I specialize what was on my menu. That's what I serve. And that's, and I stick to that, And they kind of get mad at me, but I'm okay with that.
But that's probably why you're still in business.
Okay. This is what I serve. This is why I'm working. This is why I work right here with it. And I love it. And it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have talked to people about, that want to open business, like I'm doing. And they gave me that meal. I said, well, how are you going to cook all this in one day? How will you? I can't see you doing this all in one. It's not going to work, So taking, how you say, criticism, correction, constructive criticism, some of them do. Sometimes they can't take it. So I think when they can't take it, you don't need to be in that kind of business. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You're absolutely right. So let me ask you this, Mama Rita. So I know you said what gets you up every day is that customers love coming into your shop and you knowing that you're going there to cook good food for them.
Yes.
And that's awesome to have that. What would you say to a young person that's considering becoming an entrepreneur? Maybe it's a restaurant business, maybe it's something else,
Yes.
right? What would you say to them that they need to understand before they go into their business?
Number one, you fail the plan will fail. You gotta plan it. Okay? You fail the plan, okay, you fail the plan to fail. So you got to remember, you got to plan it. You just can't put in your head, I want to do this, I want to do that. You got to write it down. You got to plan it. You got to make it, put it together. You got to have a business plan. You got to work that, put that, write it down. Get someone that can help you put a business plan together. I have people coming there that want to do what I do, whatever, and I'll tell them, you got a plan? No, I ain't wrote nothing down. You got to write it down, honey. That's the only way you better work it. You got to write it down to see it. I got a lot of stuff in my head too, I'm like that because I cook like that from my head. I don't cook from a paper. I cook from what I know. So if I'm gonna tell you how to make my smothered okra, you better write it down because it's in my head. I got nowhere. So if something happened to me, I got no recipes nowhere. It's in my head. So y'all better you better write it down. And so I tell them, write it down. So I tell anybody that wants to go out there and open their own business, you have to write it down. You got to be, and then you got to be sincere. And the thing is, a quitter never wins, and a winner never quit. So if you want to be out there and do this kind of business, you gotta be dedicated, committed, sold out for what you want, and stick to it and be sincere about it. It's the only way it's gonna work. Otherwise, you will fail.
Awesome. So you got to have a plan.
Oh, yes.
You got to stick to it. You got to write that plan down.
Yes.
You got to be consistent. And you got to have passion in everything that you do.
Dedicated. You got to be sold out for it. You got to be, heart, everything I be into it. You know what I mean? And even though I started at I would say a younger age, I would let y'all say it like that. Younger. But anyway, I've been in this business so long doing this here, so it's like it just it's in me. Put it like that, just in me, just in. And so the thing is that I had someone told me, I never forget, because people don't listen to the negative thing. I probably would never be where I'm at today. I threw that aside and said I'm gonna focus what I love to do. This is what I love doing: serving others, serving people, cooking my food, and just enjoy what I do every day. And that's what I do. No one season my food. You gotta have one hand in that pot seasoning. That's Mama Rita. I have people that help me. I have people that work for me, prep stuff for me. They don't put the seasoning in my food because I have to keep it consistent. Because I want my customers to keep coming back for that same flavor and taste every time. You know, Taylor, that gumbo you love.
No, absolutely. You know it.
Gumbo.
That's my favorite thing. I come, no matter what else I order, I always order some gumbo.
He gets that gumbo, baby. Yes, he do. Every time. I've never love. I tell people what you season it with. Love. That's what I tell them. Do I say that, Cedric?
Yes, ma'am, you do.
No thing but love, baby. Yes. What you got so smile up there, Dane? You up there smiling. Go ahead.
Mama Rita, I'm ready to catch the next flight to Lake Charles, right? I'm ready right now.
I know that's right. Yeah. Well, next time you come, I would love you to come. Yeah, one day you come.
I absolutely will come. Let me ask you a quick question, Mama Rita. So I know that you've been in business for 6 years, right? And I'm guessing that you've not had any bumps along the road. You've not made any mistakes, but we know that's not reality, right? Talk to us about some of the mistakes that you've made and what you learned from it and how you overcame some of those challenges as an entrepreneur to stay in business so long.
Let me see. Let me think. There ain't been many. I'm proud to say that. Okay, I'm telling you right now. Not that I can say that it knocked me down. Okay, it didn't knock me down or did it knock me out. Only time I really had a break from this business here, y'all, that Corona came, them 2 months. I got out of there for 2 months, and that gave me a chance to regroup. Honestly, I'm thankful that I never had a downfall. I'm gonna let you know right now. I did never have a downfall since I've been in business, and I'm never gonna question why that. I know it's the grace of God, but I'm not gonna say, well, why nothing happened to me in this business. I can't say that because I never had a downfall. I'm honest to tell you guys that right now, honest to truth. I can't see one time that I just say that I'm not gonna do it anymore. I can't make it. It's been such a blessing of this journey I'm on. I call it. It's been a blessing every day. I can't even find the words to say that what the thought I had. I'm just telling you honestly. It's where it's been. It's been a blessing. The 2 months that I was gone, that was the best for me to rest. I'm gonna tell y'all that. That's all that I had to regroup. I mean, people think, sometimes like, well, that's a bad thing. It was a good thing for me because I'm studying that business every day. It gave me a chance to regroup, rethink where I'm at in this business and what I want to do next. In the next chapter, if I'm gonna do another chapter. This is where I'm at. And honestly, Damien, that's where it is.
That's awesome.
I love it.
It's been unbelievable. From the time I opened, let me tell you something, guys. I opened this business in the last quarter of 2014. I had people coming there. The bankers even told me nobody thrives in the end of the quarter of the last of the year. Nobody. Everything just goes. That's not true. Mama Rita didn't. Mama Rita, it was a blessing. I had no idea. I just opened up with our faith and I just started working it. And people came. They came for it. And they came in and they supported me and they blessed me. It's been going on ever since. It has not stopped. Unbelievable. I just call it unmerited favor. I'm gonna say with that.
I like that.
Yeah.
So we got time for one more question. Now, I know I have one I want to ask, but I don't want to deny. Did anybody else have something that was just like at the tip of their tongue that they wanted to get out? So Mama Rita,
yes.
One of the things that is in our purpose and our mission with the Black Entrepreneurs Institute is that we want to elevate both the mindset and the money of Black entrepreneurs and all entrepreneurs for that matter. But of course, our niche is minority-owned businesses.
Yes.
What role would you say mindset has played in your success?
It's staying positive. I mean, honestly, it's been positive in all things. Matter that if it worked or not. Even if it didn't work, I try to still stay positive, But at the same time thinking what can make it work better. So I try to not to look at put that negative thought in my mind, to try to stay focused as much as I can and keep all the negative out and then prayerful and doing what I love to do and doing it to the best of my ability. And then one thing I'm gonna say to you, to do what you love is love what you do. And that's what I was about. So that's what makes it work for me. And I hope that anybody that's want to come into this kind of business or any kind of business they want to, that they have that love for what they do, have a heart for it, and make it work. And work it. And be successful when you do it.
Love it. Love it. Cedric, when I say you knocked this one out of the park, you knocked it out of the park, and now I see exactly why you suggested that.
A big bowl of gumbo now. You get a big bowl.
Mama Rita, I'm gonna need you to save me some of that gumbo.
I'll keep some frozen for you, baby. Don't worry. I'll keep some.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for taking the time out this evening and joining us. It has been a pleasure to meet someone with your positive energy and your focus. And I'm like Damien, I got a page full of notes here.
Mm-hmm. Yes. But I hope it was a blessing to someone out there that looking forward to do what I do or whatever they want to do. And it's keep that mindset that you got to stay positive. You know what I mean? I'm just hoping that and just be sincere with what you want. It can happen. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I want to also say about I think you say about the money finance wise. I want to let them know that when you get ready to open a business, the bank will not, to be honest with you, will not give it to you. You don't have nothing collateralized to say, well, getting their money to you to open your business. So you have to plan for that also. You know, because they would not give it to you from the beginning. They'll give it to you later once they see you got some money coming in there. But the fact is, go there with that plan, they're gonna look at that and say, no, we can't take a risk with you in that business. And a lot of people, don't understand that and let you use your own money. So be mindful of that too when you go into a business. The bank, they got it, but they're gonna give it to you at that present time. So you gotta build a revenue and business wise and see that you be in a business that you can, be capable of taking care and handling that. Paying them back what you take from them. So it's a big thing there. A lot of people, the money thing, So I mean, I think it's a point people need to really realize, and furthermore, the grants and all that, you don't have those grants. They say, you gotta be careful with all those little things they say they have. So I know that for a fact. I didn't get a grant. Well, no grant gave me that money, okay? I had to get my own pocket to start off. And so, those little things people have to know. So, just gotta be very careful when you're going into business, and just be mindful that when you start this business and you put your hard-earned money into it, you want it to work.
Yes.
You want it to work,
Thank you so much. I just thank you so
Mama
much.
Rita.
Yeah.
I really enjoy myself with everybody else out there.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm watching the comments and they're loving it.
Angela, before you take over, let me say this. Mama Rita, as everyone calls her, has such heart and passion. It would seem like we've been knowing each other forever, but we've only been knowing each other for a couple of years. And I went into her restaurant one day, and she hugged me like I was, had been there 100 times. And I would go and sit at this one table, and I'd have my iPad, and I'm just chopping out emails or whatever. And she'd come over and talk and talk and talk. And that's what drew me to go back to that restaurant. And so I want to say to you personally, in front of all the audience that's out there, I appreciate the love and care and attention that you pay to your customers when they come in. It makes a difference. So keep doing that. And I appreciate you coming here today as well.
Thank you. Y'all. Yeah, thank y'all. Yeah, thank y'all for having me. I was very, excited about it. I'm glad he gave me a few days to get myself together.
Thank you so much. And
I love it.
But it's all good. I'm really enjoying this,
Yes, I would say, just again, based on the comments in the feed and as well as the comments here on the show, you can expect some new visitors to Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
But thank you. So we're going to exit the studio. I'll be back.
So tonight we've, taken a deeper dive into the value of having a niche and having as our guest one who not only in one of the most difficult industries it is to achieve success, but one that's done so. And as you heard, she continued to do so during COVID-19 and the social justice demonstrations. I mean, restaurants are suffering. So clearly there are riches in the niches, right? And some of the things, again, and I'll go back to my notes: customer service, focus, positive attitude, write the vision, persevere, do the hard work in your business, be consistent with your product delivery. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, Mama Rita gave us enough tonight that literally we could teach a course off of all the tips that were given. So tonight we've revisited again the value of a niche, and with our guest Mama Rita of Mama Rita Soul Food Kitchen in Lake Charles, Louisiana. And last week we provided some basic tenets as to how one might begin to think into figuring out their niche. But let's be honest, if figuring out your niche was that easy, everyone would have already done it. This is why during our business boot camp, we provide individualized coaching and thinking partners to each participant, because we know the value of having those thriving as entrepreneurs, reviewing your business plan, helping you think into your niche, and creating the right foundation will be a success for you and your business. We provide that for each of the enrollees in the business boot camp. I like to say that you can consider us the board you can't afford. So now let me ask you a question. How many of you have been in business for more than a year and have yet to earn the money to just cover your basic business expenditures? Now, if this is you, I want you to type me in the comments. And let me tell you, there is no shame in this, because guess what? I was there as well at one point. Now, who of you out there in our audience has had a hustle or a hobby and made some decent side money but never been able to take their business to the next level. If this is you, I want you to type me in the comments. You see, for me, this was how I existed for years because it took me a long time to understand the difference between a hobby and a business. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars and over hundreds of hours burning the midnight oil trying to figure this out. I spent a lot of time on Facebook posting memes and links on my page, thinking that this was where my audience was. And I was borderline harassing those in my family and my close friends because guess what? They were getting tired and drained trying to support me so that I could remain afloat. So if this resembles how you've been going about your business, go ahead and type me in the comments. You know, unfortunately for a lot of us, while we do have a lot of friends, some of us have thousands of Facebook friends. I think I just saw this past week, Cedric said he had to clean his up because he had over 5,000. But guess what? That doesn't mean that those people are your perfect clients. So even though we may be doing the right thing, if we're not doing it in front of the right audience, it's all for naught. So this is some of the value of finding and understanding your niche. And then there are people who were like me who had a job. I know Dr. Nicole has told us her story. Like we both were working professional jobs and doing our business on the side. Yet we knew we had a purpose or a calling to do something more. Where are those people? I need you to put me in the comments as well. Because oftentimes, you know, there's more for you to do and you just don't know where to start. And so you say things like, hey, I'll do it next year. But we know that you are called and inspired to do more, and we want to help you, all four of us. We want to prevent you from making the mistakes or succumbing to the pitfalls that so many businesses encounter. So let us help you save some time and money and all the things that we spent trying to figure it out so that you can thrive and grow. Let us help you go faster and further, and our success is tied to seeing you be successful. So I'm sure some of you are thinking now, well, you know, this has been good information, this niche thing, I'm getting it, I understand it, but I'm a small business, I'm a team of one. Trust us, we all understand that. But I promise you, you're wrong because this is perfect for you. Have you guys ever heard the saying that you dress for the job you want versus the job you have? Well, if you heard that, you understand the premise is you prepare yourself for how you want to grow your business, not its current state. So again, let us be your thinking partner and help you envision and plan. Again, as we talked about earlier, as Congressman John Lewis said, if not now, when? So we see a lot of people talking about how bad 2020 has been for them, but we want to encourage you because it's still only halftime. This is just July. We can help you guys envision and carry out the business that you want. So for those of you who are really serious about growing your business, I'm sure the link is posted below. Check out the Business Bootcamp for minority-owned businesses. And again, you don't have to be a minority to partake of this, but you're the ones that we're looking to help, to serve, and to bring along with us. Because again, it's not just that we become successful, we have to help other people become successful. So the link is in the comments below. And I know we just have a few more minutes, but guys, do any of you just want, whether it's to highlight something that really resonated with you from a Mama Rita, or just encourage somebody to take that next step in their business?
I just say, take the next step. Don't wait. If not now, when?
And if
Absolutely. Right. And I think Mama Rita gave it all. Like, she gave the reasons why you should take the next step and having that help in doing so. So that was gold. I love her. I'm ready to go to Lake Charles. So
yeah, I think we're all going to Louisiana really soon.
Yes.
Well, thank you Here's a reminder, everyone. We would love for you guys to join us in supporting the EL Network, specifically this weekend's free masterclass on diversity and inclusion. We have found that the programming on the EL Network to consistently add value to those who watch. And so following this show tonight at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, also remember there's the candle lighting as we intentionally hold a space for peace, love, and hope in the world. So thank you for watching the Black Entrepreneurs Institute show. And for those of you, again, serious and ready to grow your business, we will see you in the boot camp. The link is below. And the replay for this show is Sunday at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So commit to tagging and telling a friend. Let's operate in abundance and share this value add with all those you know. Take care, everybody.
Bye, guys.